Right. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to take you through the Code of Conventions of the front cover of the magazine. Um, this is in preparation of you actually analysing a magazine for yourself and getting used to some of the terminology that we use when we look at magazines and in particular front covers. So let's just have a look what we've got here. Um, we have what's called a masthead. Okay, this is the title of the magazine. You'll see that it's the biggest thing on the magazine. It stands out, it's in red, and it goes from left to right. Mostly mastheads are at the top of the magazine. Maybe not right at the top, but very, very close to it. We don't see all of the letters. You'll find that the model is often standing in front of the masthead. And we don't really need to see the letter H. We can work out that that's Men's Health. That's not a problem. So that's actually quite conventional for a model to stand in front of in front of the masthead. Um, this is in red. It's very bright, it's very bold, it's very in your face, and maybe that's representative of the muscular body that you see on the model, and it's to do with fitness and muscles, and I think that's representative within the masthead. So masthead is traditionally, conventionally at the top of a magazine and is normally the biggest thing within a magazine. It's something that needs to be seen and recognisable. It's also got to reflect the magazine and the messages within the magazine and the sorry and the subjects within the magazine. So that's the masthead. Okay, above that is what we call the strap line. Now, the strap line sort of encompasses what the magazine about. This is all about men's health, and the strap line very clearly says get back in shape. So maybe you've been a little bit out of shape. This is a January, February edition as well. So, hey, you've had the Christmas holidays, and this is something, right, okay, this is the start of the new year, and you're going to get back into shape. You're going to go to the gym, you're going to fight fat, you're going to lose weight, you're going to bulk up, you're going to cut out the booze. So get back in shape. It really encompasses this edition of the magazine is like your New Year's resolution. You are going to get back to a lean, mean machine or something like that. Anyway, let's move on. So strapline encompasses the sort of essence of the magazine, if you like, the identity of the magazine. So let's have a look at direct mode of address. Okay, so direct mode of address, you will find in a magazine that the model or the celebrity, in this case, it's Henry Cavill, who was in The Witcher, which I thought was really, really good. I'm really looking forward to Witcher 2. But if you look, direct mode of address, that means he is staring straight out at the audience. And that's really conventional as well. It's to get that personalisation, to get that connection with the audience, that the model, or in this case I said the celebrity, is looking straight out at them as if he is connecting with them. He's talking to you, the audience. So direct mode of address is typical. What isn't possibly so typical is that this is a medium long shot, which it's a men's health magazine. You got to see most of the body. You see the muscles, you can see that he's lean, he's in shape, he's not overweight in any way. So for this magazine, it actually fits in, and his stance is like, don't mess with me, I'm in shape. And he looks dominant, he looks confident, he looks proud of himself. You'll find that if it's a women's beauty magazine, you'll often have a medium shot or a close-up shot of the face. But in this case, we see most of the body, and this is called a medium long shot. A long shot would have his feet in as well. So it's cut just at his knee, so it's in what we call a medium long shot. So masthead, strapline, direct mode of address, main image as well there. And then we have something called cover lines. Now, cover lines are the text that predominantly surrounds the main image. And these cover lines tell the audience what's in the magazine. So we know Henry Cavill is in the magazine, and it says the star of Witcher on going full beast mode, and that was part of his character in Witcher. If you haven't watched Witcher, I think it's on Netflix, you might know the game The Witcher, or the books The Witcher as well. So if you look at these cover lines, you'll find that a variety of things. First of all, that there are different sizes of fonts and text, sorry, different types of fonts and text sizes. So you'll find that this is quite a curvy font here. You've got italics here. You've got a serif font here. You've got a sans serif font here. So fonts are often mixed up. You're not going to have loads and loads and loads of fonts on a magazine front cover, but you will have a few fonts. You will have a few different colours as well. So this has blue, predominantly blue, red, and there's a bit of yellow as well, and a little bit of grey in there. 3-4 colours is absolutely fine, and the front cover, the background is also grey. So you'll find that as well as different font sizes, there are different size texts. So fight, fat, because it's an emotive word, is in great big letters there, and win, exclamation mark is you will win. So different sizes of words here and texts. And this is very, very conventional on front covers. And then really the smaller things in here, how to lose 5 kilograms, bin your booze gut, the vegan's guide to getting ripped. And what you tend to find is that you will have often, almost like for cover lines, a heading, and this is how to lose 5 pounds. Well, okay, so how do I lose that? The smarter way. So right, okay, it's probably not going to be a crash diet. So you often have a cover line which is a heading and more of a subheading to put it into context. For example, have Henry Cavill. Yeah, what about him? Okay. So it's going to be an interview about him being on The Witcher and him in the character he was in. Bin your booze guts. Okay, this is a post Christmas edition. So okay, so how are we going to do that? Well, it's going to tell you that with 5 simple things that are in the magazine. So cover lines are emotive. They're often hyperbole language as well. Remember, they've got to entice you into the magazine, and they're often enigmas. You remember, an enigma is a narrative term which means puzzles and questions, because you'll go, right, fight, fat and win. Oh, how do I do that? Right, okay, I go inside the magazine and I find out how to actually do that within the magazine. So enigmas, emotive language is really, really important within magazine front covers. So what else is on the magazine which is part of the conventions of a magazine? Okay, so here we have a graphic. It is a circle and it's in blue and it has a drop shadow as well in it. And again, graphics are often used within front covers, mostly to make things stand out, to maybe break up the cover lines a little bit. How to beat any New Year goal, and instant success guaranteed. Very persuasive language there. It's New Year, you're going to set loads of New Year's resolutions, or if you're like me, I don't set any because I know I'll break them. But beat any New Year goal, and that this magazine will absolutely tell you how to do that. You just got to pick it up, you got to pay for it, and you've got to read it. There's the edition up there, there's the price up there, exclusive interview, again in a rectangular box and in yellow to stand out because they've got that sense of exclusivity in there. There's a box down here, another graphic saying 27 there, and again to stand out, to make the audience sort of focus in that direction. The only thing that's missing really on here is a barcode, which you often see on front covers of magazines. That's just something else to think about. So, strapline encompasses the magazine, the ideology, the values of it, the sort of brand identity. Masthead does that to a degree as well. Men's Health, sums it up in a nutshell, really. But the masthead is below the strap line conventionally, and it will take up all of the magazine. And the model will often be in front of it. Remember, you don't need to see all the letters, and it's in red. It is the thing that stands out the most on this front cover. Direct mode of address, important, identification with the audience, a relationship, he's looking at you. And the cover lines will tell you a little sneaky peek at what is inside the magazine through hyperbole language, through emotive language, and through enigmas. Graphics also used to break up the cover lines as well. Other things that break up the cover lines are different fonts. Things that are more emotive will be in bigger text, and also it just breaks up the whole front cover. And you'll see this is really quite cluttered. Some magazines are actually, they don't have many cover lines on them. So this is a pretty conventional magazine front cover. So strapline, masthead, direct mode of address, cover lines, graphic, different fonts and different text sizes. Right, okay, hope that's clear.